Okay, so our play is about the beautiful house, and it's about a father who's taking his kids to work to meet up with some people, and you got to just find the rest out.
In 1250 BC, during the time of King Ramses II, a family is having dinner at their home near Thebes. This is a calm and peaceful period in Egypt's 3,000-year empire.
Why do we have to live outside the city gates? The other kids treat us like we're weird. Their means it's just because Papa takes care of the dead.
It sounds like you're ashamed of what I do.
How dare you speak to your father the way? Children, your father has a very important job. What if very important job in the beautiful house? What could be more valuable than a priest who helps the dead gain immortal life? What if he didn't have a job? You'd be living in a hut, eating boiled papyrus roots every day. I'm sorry, Papa.
Don't forget, when you're a little older, you'll be my apprentice. Then you'll learn how to help the dead too.
I have an idea. Why don't you take the children to work with you tomorrow?
Take them to work? I'm not sure it's a very good...
The children might learn something useful, especially since they don't appreciate what you do.
I'm still not sure it's the best idea.
Nonsense!
But, Sen, I don't think Ty's ready to see what I do yet.
Ty will be fine, and so will Kaya.
Alright, my beloved wife. I'll take you kids with me tomorrow.
And you better behave yourself.
The next morning, the sun is shining bright and hot into the family's celebrating as it does almost every morning.
Children,
Before breakfast, Ty and Kai are playing a board game called Sentence. A small monkey is perched on Ty's shoulder.
Children, did you feed the sacred crocodile?
Yes, Mother.
Then eat your bread and leaves. It is easy for you guys to get ready. The children have to put on their earrings, and your papa has to put on your linen skirt and jewelry and eye makeup.
Can the monkey come with us too?
Absolutely not. Achoo!
I'm sorry about your cold, Mother.
Thank you, dear. I'll say it in English to get rid of it. Deep are cold, son of a cold, you who breaks the bone of the skull and makes sick the seven opening of the head. Much better. Put the game of Senate away and eat your breakfast.
Spending the day with dead bodies. This is going to be so much fun.
Wendigo, Kaya, and Ty are crossing to the western banks of the Nile in a boat made of reeds. They see crocodiles floating like logs in the river. Big white and black birds called Isis flap overhead. Here's a test, children. Which god has the head of an ibis?
Ooh, I know Thoth.
And who is Thoth?
He's the god of writing, astronomy, geometry, and medicine.
And talking and writing, and he measures the earth and he records all knowledge.
Excellent.
Why is the beautiful house on the other side of the river, Papa?
Each day, the great sun god, Amun-Re, travels across the sky in his boat. He starts in the deserts of the ocean of the east and passes over our holy river, the life-giving Nile, brought to us by the yearly floods. Then Amun-Re passes the Black Land, the rich soil along the riverbank, brought to us by the yearly floods. Finally, he passes into the red land of the western desert and disappears until another day. We bury the dead in the west because that's where the sun sets.
Is that why we call the dead Westerners?
That's right.
Why do we make mummies of the dead anyways?
Do you remember the story of what happened to the great god Osiris?
Osiris ruled the land of Egypt, and he was a god and a wise ruler, right?
Very good, Kaya. Do you know the rest, Ty?
Then his brother Seth ripped him into a bunch of pieces and buried him in into 13 different places.
The goddess Isis, Osiris's wife and sister, found all the pieces, and she put them together and breathed life back into him. And now Osiris is the king of the underworld.
But that doesn't explain why we make mummies.
We hope to be restored just as Osiris was restored, but like Osiris, our bodies have to be restored too. We used to bury our dead in the desert sands because the dry heat preserved their bodies for many generations. But they were often dug up and eaten by jackals. We had to find a way to take better care of the dead. Ty, please, keep your hands in the boat. I don't want your fingers bit off by a crocodile.
On the western side of the Nile, Wenekutai and Kaya reach a low series of buildings. Outside, under Nawani, the priests Pamu and Tepmaku are washing a body on the table.
Why does it smell in here?
And why are there so many flies?
After a few minutes, you won't even notice the smell.
Ah, Pamu! This is my son, Ty, and my daughter, Kaya. Children, these are my fellow priests, Pamu and Tepmaku. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the beautiful house.
Thank you.
When we receive a body, we bring it to this area, which is called the place of purification. We wash the body with water from the Nile to make it clean and pure for the next step. Follow me into the beautiful house.
Weneku leads Tai and Kaya into the building. Bodies are laid out on the tables. The priests Worset, Tahotep, and Sinbai are working on the bodies.
What's that? What's that horrible?
Oh.
Papa, are those people on the table dead?
Of course.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Don't be afraid, children. You'll get used to it. Just stand back and stay in the way of the priests.
Oh, we'll stand back. Way back. We promise. Why is this place called the beautiful house anyway? It's so hot and stinky and so, not beautiful.
Because we make the dead beautiful for eternity.
Worset puts a hook up a dead man's nose.
What is that priest doing?
That's Worset. He's pulling out the braid, sweetheart. If he left the braid in, it would rot the body. The braid isn't that important. Some say it makes the arms and legs move, but as far as I'm concerned, all the brain does is create nasty, drippy mucus.
Won't there be an empty hole in his head?
He's a man of noble birth. Worset will fill his head with resin.
Okay, Tahotep pops out a dead woman's eyeball.
Oh, why is he taking out that lady's eyeballs?
Tahotep will replace them with pretty glass eyes. Now watch what happens when Sembi cuts open the stomach of that body. We call Sembi the Ripper.
As Senbi makes the cut, Worset and Tahotep throw stones at him.
Run away. We command you to flee.
Why did they do that?
Actually, I don't know why they did that. It's a ritual we perform as part of the cutting in. The meaning has been lost in the sands of time.
No, Papa. Why are they cutting that lady up in the first place?
When we get a body, we must act quickly before the decaying process sets in. We must take out the organs that rot.
What do you do with them? I don't think I want to hear this.
See the 4 jars over there? Those are canopic jars. We preserve the organs we take out, livers and kidneys, intestines, stomach, and lungs, and then put them in the canopic jars. The heart is the only organ we preserve and put back into the body.
Why?
The heart is a very important organ. It's the center of intelligence and the soul.
Look at the lady on the table. It looks as if she could still be alive.
Poor Benny, she was far too young to die. They tried every kind of medicine to cure her. Lizard's blood, the teeth of a pig, rotten meat, the brains of a tortoise, an old scroll boiled in oil. Priests chanted for her and placed amulets around her neck, but amazingly, nothing worked.
She must have cast an evil spell on her or something. What are they doing to that girl over there?
We pack natron around the body. Natron is a special kind of salt that dries out the body.
It's so much work.
If we don't do it, how will the dead reunite with their bodies? When we die, all the different parts of us fly apart. You know what our ba is?
Our ba is a spirit that flies into our body when we're alive, like a bird in a cage.
And you know what our ka is?
It's the spirit that looks and moves just like us after we die.
And you know your shadow that follows you faithfully every day?
Yes, Papa.
So tell me then, what do you want to happen to you after you die? Don't you want to live with Osiris?
Of course.
You must be reunited after death with your ba, your ka, your shadow, and your body if you want eternal life.
Then that's not enough to turn into a mummy. Being dead isn't easy.
That's true. Before the dead can reach Osiris, they must say spells and answer many trick questions to get past the demons who guard the gates of the way. To help the dead, we wrap them up with the Book of the Dead.
What's that?
It's like a handy test-taking guide that gives the dead many of the answers they'll need. If they pass these tests, they come to a river. Then they have to pass 4 tests before a ferryman agrees to take them across to the heart of the underworld.
Do they get to live with Osiris then, Papa?
First, the dead must pass the biggest exam of all. The jackal-headed god, Anubis, weighs their hearts against the feather of truth, which contains all of the person's evil deeds. The dead must make a confession before Osiris. They must confess all the bad things they didn't do, like,
I do not obsess the poor.
I have not caused a slave to be ill-treated by his master.
I have not starved any man. I have not caused any to weep. I have not assassinated any man. I have not committed treason.
But what if the feather? What if the heart and the feather aren't balanced?
those who fail the test are sent to hungry, crocodile-like monsters that will keep devouring them forever. Those who pass can live with Osiris forever. They spend their days eating, drinking, playing Senate, listening to beautiful flute music, and having fun in a land much like Egypt.
Now that's more like it. Papa, is that man over there dried out enough to become a mummy?
Almost.
What happens when he is, done?
The jarring takes about 40 days. Then we put packing in the cheeks and arms to make them look fuller. We paint the woman yellow and the men red and put head on their hands and feet. Sometimes we put wigs on the dead or replace the missing arms and legs. That way, they can go into the afterlife whole.
Then do you wrap them up?
Yes, we wrap the body with many strips of fine linen to protect it for all eternity. Look over there. Do you see what Warsaret is doing?
Warsaret is wrapping thin strips of cloth around a dead man's hand.
First, Warsaret wraps each finger and then the hand. Then he starts winding cloth around the head and around the rest of the body. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of cloth, more than 450 square yards of linen to do it properly. Next, we'll put the mummy in a coffin. The coffin will be placed in a tube, which will have the person's name and magical paintings to please the gods. We'll place the canopic jars in the tube and other things to bring the person comfort in death. Top cups, chairs, food, and shabishis, little figures of servants to help us in the next life.
I want to have plenty of figs in my tomb.
The last step before we bury the dead is opening of the mouth. We priests touch the mouth of the mummy and say special prayers. Otherwise, the mummy won't be able to eat, drink, breathe, or talk. Then we put the mummy inside the tomb and seal it.
But I still don't understand why we have to keep the body if the body's already living, if the person's already living with Osiris.
The fields of paradise are much like our earth. It's possible we could die again.
I used to think your job was sad, but now, not so much.
We do our best to take care of the dead. They may miss their families on earth as we miss them, but they're having a good time in the afterlife.
What will happen when you die? Will we ever see you again, Papa?
I won't ever appear on earth again, but if I'm good, I'll go with Osiris, and then we'll all be together again.
Now I'm gonna keep my head up and no matter what anyone says about Papa's job. Me too. And I'll be glad one day to be working in the beautiful house.
Zoom out so you can look about. Yeah, where's the pasture lot again? Okay. Or we just go gradually up here. Oh, this is funny to zoom out. Alright. Okay, I guess we're not going to do about it.
You put a candy all over my face.
Alright.